We're invited by somebody. Hello, everybody. I'm going to do it again because the recording just came on. Hello, everybody. You were invited here today on the 8th of August to hear about a business. Now, most of you, or a lot of you, probably have heard about many businesses, and you get the same story. We're going to tell you something a little different today. That is one guarantee I will make. And I don't like making guarantees, but I guarantee what you're going to hear today will be like nothing you've heard before. 61 years old, grandpappy. Some of my grandchildren actually live with me. I've been online since 2004. I worked offline in some MLMs since I was probably 25 years old, but online since 2004. I came online specifically to make money if I could. I saw other people, I heard about other people making money, so I said, well, if they can do it, I can do it. When I was working a regular job, I learned things and I was able to do what I felt I could do, and I worked my way up. Anyway, little different story online. I got online in, like I said, 2004, and I joined a company. Can't tell you which one it was because I've been in hundreds of them, and did everything I was supposed to do and failed miserably. So then, you run through your head, is it me? What am I doing wrong? What am I not knowing? Just you blame yourself, okay? I did at the time. And this went on for a few different businesses. And finally, I realized whatever this guru or person at the top recruiter or whatever you want to call them, is telling me things that if you do this, 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 and this, you'll be very successful. And I believed them. And I found out it's not quite what I was told. And it took a while because I'm bullheaded. I didn't want to quit. I loved the concept of residual income and working at one time and then you making money while you sleep. But the problem was, as time went on, I realized if you can't drive traffic personally, if you can't drive traffic, and when I say traffic, if you can't get visitors to whatever you're selling at the time, it doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is. If you can't get eyes to come look at what you have, you're dead in the water. You're dead before you ever start. Yeah, you can have a fancy web page, you can have all the bells and whistles, if buy one, get one free, all that stuff, but it doesn't matter if nobody sees you. And because you have a fancy website, doesn't automatically give you ding, 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 all these people run into your store or what you're selling, because there's millions of websites out there. So I found I got to learn how to drive traffic. I got to learn how to do it personally. And after about the 10th year, I started learning how to do that. And I thought, wow, okay, I got it. There were some deficiencies that I wasn't real good at. And thank God I teamed up with Mike Ellis, who's here now, and Dan Straight, who's not here today. And they knew stuff or could offer things in this business that complemented each other. And we started building teams, big teams, sometimes hundreds, 200, 300. We could drive traffic, finally. Now, let me tell you the ugly truth that gurus don't want to tell you is you could be a traffic driving maniac. If you don't care about people as much, it's only numbers for you, you can make it. You can make it. Now, you're going to jump around a lot because the businesses are not set up to run more than 6-7 months, most of them. But what happened to us was kind of unique and kind of gut-wrenching. Was after about 2 or 3 years in, we realized no matter what we've learned, because of all the time and hours and money spent, we couldn't bring anybody with us. So I introduced a business, or me, Mike, and Dan introduced a business to 50 people. What can you help? Really, truthfully, help them do what you do. 5? Well, 5 people helping them get where they want to get, you're going to starve to death unless you live to 300, 400 years old. You're not going to make any money. So that went on and on and on. And finally, about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I was ready to get offline. I could not look in people's face and say, I'm going to help you be successful. Just listen to me. It was a lie. It was not the truth. I didn't want to do that. I didn't, in my heart, I hated it. And then you start not building, you're not as dedicated because you don't like the other end of it. We want to, if you can't build a business and bring people with you and you share the success with others, for me, I don't want to do it. Mike started getting the same way. Dan was the same way. I mean, what the freak now? So we spend all this time and years in it, and I'm really not happy because of the other end of the spectrum, I couldn't bring anybody with us because the systems are not set up for that. Listen, even a guru that tells you, do what I do, you'll get residual income and you'll get paid for the rest of your life, really go look at it. If you've been online a year, some of these gurus that you look up to, how many different jobs or businesses have they been in? 3, 4? Why is that? Because the business is not legitimate. Okay, you're going to hear about that from Mr. Charles Osong. He is in the IT field for 30 years, and this business is all digital products, which is outstanding, in high demand. Anyway, about 2.5 years ago, I'm getting ready to get offline and just say, look, you're going to stay broke and be happy. Okay, you're broke, happy guy. And I ran into Red Redford, who I knew who's actually right now driving the boat through canals in the UK. No joke. It looks like it's fake, it's real. And there's his wife. Absolutely crazy. It's so cool. Anyway, I met him and I said, what are you guys doing? And I trusted him, big deal online. Find somebody you trust. I wasn't looking for gurus. I did the guru thing and they didn't turn me on, okay? They made me upset, actually. I just needed a good business where everybody could make it. So I asked Red and Peter Rogers, his partner, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're in the business, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, very low bar for me, super low. If I invite people, can they make money? Yes. Ding, ding. Is the amount you make unlimited? Yes. Double ding, right? I'm checking off these. Okay. So if I invite people that don't make money, I'll make money. Okay, it's the product, which the expert here on products is Charles Osong. Are the products legitimate in the high demand? I don't want to sell a two-handed sword. Okay, this isn't, I want to sell something that's in high demand. They said high demand, sold by millions and billions of dollars a year. These products are being sold right now. Beautiful. I'm in. I paid the money. I'm in. They're going to go over all the details. And then I shared it with Mike and Dan, and the rest is history. And I want to tell you, this fat guy's never been as happy. I mean, I'm truly in a business when I look in somebody's eyes and say, I share this thing with them. I know if they get in, they're going to be successful. And that was a big deal for me. I'm going to turn it over to Charles Osong. Like I said, has over 30 years experience in the IT field. Very successful online, offline, huge motivator, huge team builder, just a great person all the way around. And he's going to break down for you what I can't do in about 20, 30 minutes. This business enough that if you're alive, you're breathing oxygen, you're in your upright, whatever, you're going to love it. I'm going to turn it over to my friend, business partner, Charles Osong. Charles, knock the socks off, buddy.
Thank you so very much, Matty. That was a great intro here. It's very tough to come in right after you speak, but I'm going to do my best. I'm here with some great leaders, as you guys can see. Thanks, Julie and Larry, for welcoming the guests and setting the stage for this once-in-a-lifetime presentation. I see we're getting close to 500 participants. I'm imagining we'll have at least 100 guests here amongst those. So welcome founders, welcome guests, and special welcome to our guests, because that just means our family size is about to increase. Okay, so like Maddie said, you're here for a treat. And this business I'm going to be bringing to you is once in a lifetime. It doesn't happen all the time. It may never happen again in our lives. Now, just like Maddie said, I've been in business for over 30 years. I've been in the United States for about 36 years now and counting. And during that time, I've worked like almost everybody else. What I'm doing here, my friends, is I'm telling you about this opportunity just by telling you my story, the truth, and just the truth. Mark Twain once said, as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. So that's what I'm doing. Having been here for over 36 years, working like everybody else, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 2.5 jobs just to make ends meet, okay? For the most part, I worked in the IT industry, and as most of you know, it is very broad. But I've been fortunate enough to work in almost every aspect in that broad industry. But even then, I was always looking for ways to make extra money because I have a big family in the United States and outside of the United States. Now, I've been looking to make passive money because a long time ago, I stumbled upon the works of Mr. Warren Buffett. Most of us should know him. He's one of the wealthiest people on earth. And he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So every day when I go to sleep, I'm asking myself, am I making money? Am I not making money? Of course, if I'm not, I don't sleep very well. So one good day, about 4.5 years ago, I decided to tender my resignation for corporate America. I recall a colleague of mine looking at me straight in the eyes and saying to me, Charles, you are very fortunate. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I have been working for over 30 years and I can't seem to save up the kind of money that I would love. And so there's got to be a better way. That's why I decided to stop working. I remember Robert Einstein saying, you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That is his definition of what? Insanity. And I resonated with that. Now, once I retired, I got myself an office space in Maryland in the United States. And just over 2.5 years ago, a friend of mine, trusted friend of mine, by the way, walked into my office and said to me, Charles, I need to share this opportunity with you. And just so you know, prior to retiring, I had been studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is simple. You give them an opportunity, you bring it to them, they will look at it so that they can make an informed decision. I pretended to be like one of them that day, and I told my friend, I'm going to take a look at this opportunity. But first, I have 3 questions for you before we can proceed. Question number 1, if I cannot recruit with this opportunity, if I cannot sell to even one person, am I still going to make money? And when I say money, I mean real money, enough money to give me financial freedom. If you recall, I had retired, so I had time freedom, but I was still looking for financial freedom because when you put those together, then you can say you have total freedom. I was still looking for that. And so I asked my friend, if I cannot recruit because I am a human being, regular human being, and we don't know how to recruit, I'm part of the 97%, am I going to be able to make that kind of money? He said to me, Charles, yes, you will. You will make enough money to leave a legacy for your children, your children's children, and beyond. That sounded like music to my ears. So I said to him, let's go to question number 2. With this opportunity, am I going to have to pay some bill every month, month in, month out? In the industry, they call it auto-ship. Am I going to have to pay an auto-ship? He said, nope, Charles, once this company launches, you come out of pocket once and that's it. I kind of like that. And I said, let's go to question number 3. Is the third and final question, the last but not the least. Does this company have legitimate viable products. Now, by legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind needs, something that you and I need. Now, I know a bunch of us do other things out there. We sell vitamins, sell juices and things like that. Or you're gonna tell me they're viable? No, what I mean by viability is this. You don't have that product, life is miserable. An example, your cell phone. In this digital day and age, you don't have a cell phone. I bet you'll do whatever it takes to get that cell phone back. Just like internet, Wi-Fi access, you got to have it. That's viability. So I asked my friend that day, does this company have legitimate viable products? And by the way, if a company doesn't have legitimate viable products, believe me, it is a time bomb. It's just a matter of time before it falls. So my friend said to me, Charles, you have an extensive IT background. You should be able to understand these products better than me. And I said, okay. I went, took a look at the products, came back to him, and I said to him, my friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we're going to have ourselves an internet quake. Does that word exist? I don't know. I just thought of earthquake. So I said internet quake. We're going to have a shake-up of the internet. But we're also going to have to wait a while, maybe 5 years, maybe more. Okay? And my friend didn't like that because he's like all of us. We like instant gratification. We like money now. And he said to me, Charles, why do you say that? And I responded, you told me to take a look at the products, and I did. And I believe I understand what they're doing. They're using artificial intelligence, AI for short, in every step of the development process. Now, AI, my friends, is a disruptive technology. What do I mean by that? One that comes every once in a while. It'll change the way we do things. We have no choice. In other words, it'll disrupt our lives. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. So for those of you who are familiar with software development, you agree with me. It is time consuming. That's why I told my friend that day, we're going to have to buckle up and simply enjoy the roller coaster. But I also told him, I don't care how long it takes. I want to be part of this company right now. I had something called FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life, and I wasn't going to miss out on this one. Not for any length of time and not at any cost. So I also asked him, if I were to join this company today, how much is it going to cost me? And I was thinking some huge amount of money, maybe $20,000, maybe even more. But I had my credit card ready. In the United States, we don't need cash. All you need is plastics. And I had a few of those. But my friend looked at me and said, Charles, believe it or not, all you're going to need is $97, $97. And I thought he was kidding. I said, my friend, you got to be joking, right? You couldn't drive all the way to my office to be playing with me. And he said, Charles, I'm dead serious. And I said, well, okay, here is my card, put it on there. By the time we were done, it costed me just $102. That's it. And I said to him, yes, there's a $5 fee. It is $97, but there is a $5 fee when you use bank cards, okay? Bank charges that amount of money. So I said to him, big deal. Consider that dinner for two. But I also said to him, I do not have 5 years or more to be monitoring this business. I've got to put food on the table. So you call me, you text me, you email me, do whatever it takes to get me informed when they're closer to launch so I can get more involved. He said, deal. 8 months later, he gave me a call. Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us in 1 week's time. Can you make yourself available? And I said, why not? 1 week later, I hop on a phone call. I hop on a webinar, sorry. It was a Zoom call just like this. And there was a CEO of this company. His name is Mr. Ash Mofara. Mr. Ash Mofara, my friends, for those of us who have been around for some time, we have come to know and love him dearly. Not only because he's going to help us make money, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart for humanity. Yes, he's going to help us make a lot of money, but the heart is what attracts most of us leaders. But mind you, I was listening to Mr. Mofara for the very first time, and he said, and I'll never forget this, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. In fact, we are closer to launch than ever. That threw me off, and that's why I will never forget it. Because just 8 months earlier, I had told my friend, we're gonna be waiting for a while for the long haul. And here comes this dude all of a sudden telling us that we are closer to launch. So I was confused. I thought, who is he kidding? I know what they're doing. But I was listening attentively at this point in time, okay? And then he went on. He said, we've gone to Bangalore in India, and we have leased 2 floors in a high-rise building. Now, if you look behind me, you'll see a building that says OnPassive. This building is in high-tech city. It's in Hyderabad. And this building was leased by us just December of 2020. So it's pretty recent. At the time, though, this building was non-existent. Mr. Mofara had gone to Bangalore, okay? He had leased 2 floors in a high-rise building, and then he went on. We've hired 200 engineers, and these engineers are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, most startup companies are going to have 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. I know, because I've been part of a few of those. Well, here comes Mr. Mofara. He goes to the source. And when I say source, for those of you who are in IT, you would agree with me that Indians are the best in the game. And he goes there. He did not get 20 or 25 engineers. He got 200 of them. And they're not working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. No. They are working around the clock, 24/7. They're taking turns to make sure this baby is born. So now in my head, I'm beginning to think, all right, with this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to do in 2, 3, 4 years what is supposed to take 5, 6, or 7 years. So my belief factor goes off the roof. Now I'm paying attention, okay? Mr. Mofara went on and talked about NDA, non-disclosure agreement, that some of us have been unethical, and we're gonna come up with an NDA. And to continue in this business, you're gonna have to sign those NDAs, and I'll let my friend here, Red Redfern, tell you more about the NDAs. But 2 months later, the NDAs came out. He called up another meeting and said, my friends, NDAs are out, go sign them up. I looked at that document, very long document. And by the time I was done, and I can assure you, I am not an attorney, not by any stretch of the imagination. But it occurred to me at that point in time. This is that time I told my friend, call me, text me, email me, so I can get involved. I looked up at the time, money, energy spent from the time I joined up until then. And I said, I've got to roll my sleeves. We are about to change the world. I've got to join this revolutionary train. Okay, so I called my friends in my office. I said, listen, we are going to have to spread this massively. And we brainstormed what's the best way. Zoom. Thanks to technology, all you need is a smart device. It can be a smartphone, a laptop, an iPad, doesn't matter. You need internet access and data, as you guys call it back in Africa. And that's it, you're in. So what is this company I'm talking to you about? Once again, OnPassive. You can see it behind me. It is what it is. OnPassive is just for passive. It's a passive opportunity. You do not have to do anything to make money with this company. It just means when we launch, we'll pay a little subscription fee, which we're going to talk about, very little. And the engineers or the employees in OnPassive are going to go to work on your behalf, working for you, and you are earning passively. Now, our CEO and founder, Mr. Mofara, that I just mentioned to you guys, graduated with a master's in e-commerce. He went back to Harvard, studied online business, detailing. This guy has a knack for artificial intelligence, AI, that disruptive technology I just mentioned to you guys. The guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Maddie mentioned earlier today about traffic, driving traffic, but what is traffic? We're going to talk about traffic. Traffic is so important. Traffic is the reason I can dream today. Traffic is the reason we can invite you all to dream with us today. So we're going to spend a couple minutes talking about it. It is the most fundamental element in any business, and doesn't matter whether this business is offline or online. But because most of us have an age, we are more used to offline businesses. Let's start there. Say you have a business offline, and it can be any business. It can be a car dealership, it can be a barber shop, a hair salon, doesn't matter. But let's just say it is a restaurant. The only reason is because I love food, and I know we all eat at some point in time. You have a restaurant, and I have the same exact restaurant. Everything is identical. The name, the kind of food, the chef, everything is identical, except one thing: location. Yours is located in a busy area, in a shopping mall. People come in and out all the time. Mine is in the back alley. It is hidden. Well, your restaurant is going to fare better than mine. And here's why. People are going to come to that shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their hair, their nail, buy some clothes, window shopping. Whatever it is that brings them to the shopping mall, they will eventually get hungry. Look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, they are going to have to know it is there. They're going to have to leave their homes deliberately to come there. Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what is traffic? The people, the customers coming in and out of your business. That's it. Now, what about traffic online? But before I go there, I just want to say this. In this digital day and age, where the world is going virtual, if you have that business offline like the restaurant, you better get yourself an online presence. Otherwise, you will be smoked by your competition. So what am I saying in essence? It is true that we have many businesses offline, a lot of them, millions upon millions of businesses. But it is also true that we have more businesses online than we do offline. Billions upon billions of businesses online. And here's what is also true. These businesses online, they thrive on traffic too. No traffic, they are dead. So what then is traffic online? Simple, my friends, clicks. You have a business online. The first thing that needs to happen is people need to come there and click. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So we have individuals, businesses online, small, large. All they do is drive traffic to all those billions of businesses online, and they are making a killing. Typical example, Google. And then we have something called targeted traffic. What is that? Say you go online, you're searching for a TV, and somebody comes around you and whispers on your ear, why don't you go to charlesosong.com? And the moment you get there, you see nothing but TVs, all sizes, all colors, all prices. Chances of you buying, very high. Well, guess what? That store just got itself a targeted traffic. You're looking for what they're selling. That's it. And our CEO and founder, Mr. Mo Farah, is the best in that game of driving targeted traffic using what? Artificial intelligence. And that's the reason we can dream today. He proved himself. When he graduated, he joined a few companies. He got involved in a few companies, drove traffic to them, sent them customers, sent them affiliates. Yes, it is true. He made some millions doing that. These companies also made tons of money. However, most of them went out of business. Why? Remember, I told you guys earlier, no legitimate viable products. Any company is a time bomb. So Mr. Mo Farah and his family, notably his wife, who is also in IT, they're gonna sit together and say, you know what? We need to stop sending customers, sending people to businesses that will eventually go out. We are gonna start our own. We are gonna get legitimate, viable digital services. We're gonna get founding members, you and I. We're gonna drive traffic to them because that's what we do best. They will make money. We shall make money. Everybody is happy. Hence, the birth of OnPassive, my friends. So just over 3 years ago, and remember, over 3 years ago, there was no pandemic. These guys were just visionaries. Mr. Mo Farah and his friends, they're gonna sit together and say, hey, we are starting our own business. We have close to 8 billion people on earth. And at any point in time, 7 million, statistics show that 7 million of those 8 billion people are online doing something, looking for something. Now, 3 years ago, or over 3 years ago, before COVID-19, 7 million, today you can imagine what that number is. But 7 million is still a lot, or was still a lot. What are these people looking for? What kind of services do they need so we can provide? Well, some of them are looking at doing online banking. I know that. I do that. Sometimes twice a day. And I know a bunch of you do that. Well, when we do online banking, there are individuals online, companies online that monetize on our services. So these guys are going to say, hey, we have AI at the back of our hands. We can do that too, even better. Some of us online are on our favorite social media: Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I love Facebook. But when we are on Facebook, what are we doing? We are sending texts, photos to friends, colleagues, classmates. Guess what that is called? It's called community. Okay? So these guys are going to say, you know what? With AI, we can have our own community. And as you join us, you're going to find out. We are over 825,000 strong and growing by the second. We have artificial intelligence. We can have way better community, much bigger community. Some of us online are doing what? E-commerce, right? Drop shipping, email marketing, bulk emailing. Well, let me tell you something. There are people online that make 6 and 7-figure income just doing email marketing. I know that because I thought about that once upon a time. And these guys are gonna say, hey, we have AI. We can do that even better, auto-responding even better. Some of us online, we are video conferencing just like you and I at this moment. If you can see me or you can hear me, it means you went to some application called Zoom, put in some ID, and there you are. Believe it or not, Zoom, as we speak, the owners of Zoom, the founders, are monetizing on our services. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, we have Cisco WebEx, we have Google Hangouts, we have Microsoft Teams, we have a plethora of more than 25 of them making serious money, especially since the advent of COVID-19. But Zoom is the most popular as we speak. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly, but not for long. You wait until OnPassive launches our O Connect, our own webinar platform. It's gonna make Zoom look like a joke. The pictures are clearer, 3D. It is faster. It is more secure, end-to-end encrypted. It is scalable. And above all, guess what? It is more affordable. Like my friend Mike Ellis always says, at a lower price point. But today is still Zoom's day because we haven't launched yet. So let's focus on Zoom for a moment. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging 10 million participants a day. Now, April 1st, 2020, same company took a statistic, and that number had risen to way over 300 million participants a day. Okay? Now, November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine came out with a report. Zoom had made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. You guys know why? The pandemic, ever since the advent of COVID-19, every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. I have seen pastors, men of God, women of God, having virtual prayer services. I have seen virtual weddings, virtual all sorts of things. The world is going virtual, my friends, and OnPassive is simply going to help us monetize. Let's talk about another virtual product, virtual private network, right? VPN for short. What is that? A fancy name. A fancy name for a tunnel. It is just a tunnel cuts across a major network, such as the internet, and provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can have access to corporate data without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Ever since the advent of COVID-19, more and more companies, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, and even the federal government, all of them asking employees to work from home. That means somebody, somewhere, is monetizing. Well, these guys at OnPassive, they're gonna say, you know what? With AI at the back of our hands, we're gonna have our own VPN. We call it O Virtual. Super, super smart, more robust, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, guess what? More affordable. My friends, I can assure you, when OnPassive launches, the big players in this VPN space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there is a new sheriff in town. Now let's talk about another product, search engine optimization, SEO. Sounds like a mouthful. What is that? We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. And for those of us Apple enthusiasts, we know of Safari. But all of us should know of Google. Yes, because we use Google. It's become a household name. You can go to Google 10 times a day, 100 times a day to search for something free of charge. You can go to Google to get email addresses, 10, 20, 50, free of charge. You can even get a voice over IP phone number through Google, free of charge. Sounds like everything is free with these big giants. You go to Facebook, free of charge, right? Go to Google, free of charge. So these companies are multi-billion-dollar companies, even though they don't charge. And here is the multi-billion-dollar question I have got for you guys. How do they make that money? Most of us don't know, but frankly, most of us don't even care because it is none of our business. But search engine optimization is one of the ways SEO, that OnPassive is gonna help us make money. So let me explain to you how that works. You go to Google today to search for something, and it doesn't matter what it is. It can be a phone, it can be a watch, it doesn't matter. Let's say it is a camera, and that's only because I do market my cameras through Google. And you go there and you type in the word camera, and a bunch of them will pop up. One of them from my store, certainly. Now, if you click on that camera from my store, Google charges me at the end of the month. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to purchase. And they call it pay per click. So at the end of the month, they're gonna tally up all the clicks that went towards my store, and they'll just bill me. I have a credit card on their file. Yes, they just bill me. I have no choice. And let me just say this. I am a small business person, very, very small, almost insignificant online, yet I'm paying Google averagely $400, $400 every month. I'm also paying Microsoft monthly. Why am I paying Microsoft? Because Bill Gates bought over a company called Bing, revamped it, and people like us have to pay him month in, month out. I'm also paying a company called GoDaddy for what? DNS, domain name service. Every business online has to have a domain name. So when you hear xxx.com, xxx.net, .info, those are domain names. They need to have a host, and there are companies online that monetize on that. OnPassive is going to help us, as you will find out, monetize on that as well. Search engine optimization. OnPassive using AI is going to have our own SEO. Super, super smart. Super, super smart, super intelligent. More scalable, and above all, guess what? More affordable. When we launch, the big players in this space, like Google, like Microsoft, they are going to know there is a new kid on the block, I can assure you. What am I doing, my friends? I'm just giving you the services that OnPassive is putting together under one umbrella. All of them AI-driven. Okay? Now, I'm giving you the ones that we can relate to, you and I. We use them one way or the other. But there are more. We have e-learning. We have tracking applications, all kinds of stuff, more of them. OnPassive, put them under one umbrella. But what is OnPassive doing? OnPassive says, if you're an individual, you're a business, small or large, you need something online, you need a service online, we have it for you under one roof, okay? In IT, we'll call it, excuse me, single sign-on. Okay, what does that mean? All of them in one place, and above all, guess what? They are integrated. No company has ever succeeded in doing this, and at OnPassive, we are 99% there. My friends, I told you guys in the beginning, with OnPassive, you do not have to recruit. You do not have to open your mouth to sell, to make money. With OnPassive, you don't have to come out of pocket month in, month out to pay a bill. And with OnPassive, guess what? We have the most legitimate, viable product you can imagine, digital for that matter. This is value. You will be hard pressed to find these three things in any one company. And if you do, you've got my word. You contact me, and I promise you, I will be your first customer. This is value. Now, with this much value, what is it going to take to become a member, a founder of OnPassive? I am going to call on my friend and partner, Mr. Redfern, if he's still there. Okay, I know he was
certainly
on a
am,
boat.
Charles.
Okay, I was just wondering because I know you were on a boat earlier today. So I'm going to call on Red. Red has been with this company almost from the beginning. He knows everything about this company. He's doing an amazing job educating all of us about OnPassive. And I'm going to let him tell you guys what it'll take for you to become a founder. Go ahead, Red, take it over.
Thanks very much, Charles, and everybody else who is taking part in this presentation so far. Every time I hear these presentations, I just want to sign up all over again. So if you are excited, if you like what you are hearing, and listening to today, how do you get involved to become a founder? Well, it's super, super easy, guys. All you have to do is to get back in contact with the person who has invited you here today. They will then give you a registration link, okay? And when you get that registration link off the person, you put your name and surname in it and an email, okay? And then you press send. Once you have sent that off, another window will pop up, and this is how to pay. There's various means of paying, as Charles has said. The easiest and immediate way is using a debit or credit card, Visa or MasterCard, and that will cost you $102 with the $5 admin fee. You can also use various cryptocurrencies and other means as well, depending on your country. Once you have made that payment, you then log back in again, and up pops that thing that he talked about called the NDA. This is your non-disclosure agreement. This is there to show not only how to protect the company, but also to protect you as a consumer. This shows exactly how serious this company is from the very start. It is a long document, like Charles said. I think it's about 5 pages long. Take a read of it, scroll all the way to the bottom, and at the bottom there's 2 tick boxes. Make sure you've ticked both of those boxes, and then you can sign it using a smart device or a tablet, or you can digitally sign it on your desktop. Once you've done that, then you are good to go. You can sign in, you have access to your founder's back office, where there is loads and loads of information. Now, this will cost you $97. Like I said, there is one more out-of-pocket payment that you have to make, and this is the day that we launch. Okay, so it's not for a month or two yet. When we launch, you will have to pay an activation fee. At the moment, this is around about $250 US. These are the 2 only payments you have to make that are going to be out of pocket. Every single other payments that come from OnPassive will come out of the commissions that you earn from OnPassive. So you don't have to worry about it. So if you have in your mind, it's $97 to become a founder, and then $250 to become to activate your account, okay, then you are set and you are good to go. It's as simple as that. Now, I want to leave you with a couple of things just before you go to ponder over about this business. Now, everybody knows Amazon, okay? It's the largest company in the world at the moment. Jeff Bezos, he's just been up there, hasn't he, up to space. He comes landing back down and very arrogantly says, thank you very much to all my customers and employees for allowing me to do this. This is a man who is the richest person in the world at the moment. And he is rich because he keeps all the money to himself, okay? We have got a CEO and founder of OnPassive, our chairman, Mr. Ashmi Farah, who actually wants us to be successful online. Now, did you know that Amazon, in its 18 years, has produced 40,000 millionaires? Just imagine what we are going to do with OnPassive. I would not be surprised that in time to come, there will be millionaires coming out of OnPassive. And the last thing I want to leave you with is this. The decisions you make today will have an influence on your life, your family's life, and people around you in 2 years' time. So really is now the time to make that $97 decision to secure your financial future for 2 years' time. We really do hope that you join us on this amazing journey in OnPassive. Please get back in contact with the person who's invited you here today, and they will give you that registration link. Thanks very much, Charles, and back over to you.
Thanks, Red. That says it all. I don't know if Mike Ellis want to add a word to these guys, just a word of encouragement to our guests here, and then we're going to go to Q&A.
Yeah, I can add a few words, Charles. Number one, absolutely fantastic presentation, Charles, and Red's right. Every time I hear it, I want to sign up again. For the new people that are here, it's really important that you understand it's 100% automated. It's the way the business has been built. And as you come in and participate with OnPassive, OnPassive is going to go to work for all of us. Now, we have the privilege of participating with OnPassive, but OnPassive will primarily be a customer-based business. And as OnPassive runs this business for us and brings in customers for each and every one of us, they're going to manage all of it. They're going to bring them in. They're going to make the sale. They're going to manage the customers. They're going to manage the products. So as you come in, you don't have to be fearful about having to come in and manage 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 customers in your organization. OnPassive will do that. What we have to manage as we come into OnPassive is the amount of money we make. And that's such a unique thing online. It's never been done before. So as you look at OnPassive, yes, come on in, become a founding member, lock your position in the company and the pay structure. Pay structure, really a big deal. And then as you do that, continue to explore OnPassive. Although Charles's presentation was in depth, there is so much more about OnPassive. And as you come in and you start to explore OnPassive more and more and more, you understand just how unique a position you're in and how it's going to benefit you, your family, and yes, leave a financial legacy to the people you love and care about. So Charles, great job. OnPassive, it is the place to be today. And like Charles said, this only comes around once in a while in a lifetime. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like this, and I don't think I'll ever see it again. So come on in, become a founding member, and get ready. You're going to start a journey that truly is enjoyable. Charles, back to you.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks, great leaders. I see we also have David here from Papua New Guinea. That's the sacrifice, David. What time is it over there? You're muted. Okay, it seems like he's having trouble unmuting himself. Oh, there you go. What time is it over there in Papua New Guinea?
It's 2 a.m. in the morning, my brother.
Wow, that's what a sacrifice. See, guys, and David is one of our leadership council members, and we just here trying to help get as many people in as possible, just to resonate with our CEO who wants to help the world at large. Okay, David, we appreciate you being here. Okay. You just want to take a minute and say welcome to our guests, especially.
Yeah, Charles, thank you. It's always a wonderful presentation you do. You know, you go in depth and you break it down very well that people understand. Even when people who don't know internet, they can understand what you're saying because you explain it so well. And thank you. Yes, you know, I've been in the business since 2019. And I was introduced by Mati Digamo. And when I found this business, it's like OnPassive has now found me. I am quite settled. I have no other business to do. This is the only business I'm promoting. And it has basically changed my life. I know that there is no other business you can find contentment when you know that there is a guarantee for income that will be able to settle you and your family and build a residual income and give you, help you to build your dreams and your goals that you want to do in life. And not only that, as Charles has rightly said, when you come to know this business, you will know the vision and the passion of our CEO. And that's what's driving me. You know, I resonate very well with him. I like to help a lot of people in my life, but I couldn't help them because I am limited. But now I find a way that I know OnPassive can be able to give me that residual income that I can be able to share and help a lot of people to improve their lives also. So thank you, Charles. Thank you for allowing me to speak. And I tell you, guest, if you are here, there's no other business you can find. This is the only business. So whatever you have, if you have $97, just get in and learn as we go. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, David. And now we're going to hand it back to Julie and Larry. Julie, the moderator. This is the Julie and Larry show, by the way, guys. And I'm going to let Julie drive from here on out. Julie, go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, all the leaders that share your message today. Everyone, we have almost 600 people here in this webinar. It is now time for you to raise your hand. If the message that our leaders here sharing with you today move your heart, make you think, make you have questions, it is now time that you can raise your hands. Once again, I'd like to remind everyone, this webinar is for our guests. If you are an OnPassive founder, and if you raise your hand, and if we know that you are a founder, we will completely mute you and move you back onto the attendees. So please be gracious to our guests that being here, and be gracious to our founders, our leaders here that putting their time to help you. So please, if you would do me a favor, if you are the founders of OnPassive, please lower your hand, leaving the time and the moment here for our guests. Back to you, Larry, if you have anything to add to what I just shared, Larry.
Yeah, that's the most important thing you had, Julie. Thank you so much. Please, founders, the leadership has dedicated a webinar on Monday for founders only, 2 p.m. Eastern, founders only webinar. Let's be gracious to our guests and allow them the Q&A time. Thank you. Over to you, Julie.
Thank
So
you, Larry.
I'll start promoting them in, then you can actually call them out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I know as Larry is bringing you onto the panel, I'd like to remind you again, when you jump onto the panel, when you on, please turn on your camera so that we know that you are there, and I will start calling your name out. Give me one moment. Let me see who is on our panel right now. And once again, I like to remind you, if you are a founder of OnPassive, this is not for you. This is only for our guests. Cherie Curry, you are on the panel right now. If you could please turn on your camera or unmute your mic and ask your question. Cherie, go right ahead, my friend. Please unmute your mic, turn on your camera if you can.
Hi, this is a new and an interesting venture that I see here. Interested, but it's just a little bit more research that I wish to do. My question is, in the next 2 years, you're expecting this product to really take off leap and bounds, and the returns are promised to be somewhat good. I'm open to taking a chance as it relates to something that would be beneficial. My question really is, how quickly would you see returns, and is the returns going to be something with passive or really aggressive? Thank you.
Thank you for asking that question. Who on our panel that would like to address that? Mike Ellis, if you would, please.
Yeah, I'll start it off, and then you all can come in. When we start to talk about the income that's going to be made with OnPassive through the founding members, we really never give a number, and we never guarantee anything. This is the real world, and we just can't do that. But I can give you a little insight as to what's going to be happening, okay? Now, OnPassive has over 50 products, and all of these products are proprietary. They're built from the ground up. They are the best of the best. They're superior at a lower price point. And as we look at what OnPassive is going to be doing the first year, and this study has been done, we're projecting the first year that 100 million customers will come into OnPassive, okay? Now, because Ash Mufareh is sharing the majority of the wealth with those individuals that are participating with OnPassive, you and I, 60, 65, 70% of that wealth will be generated and come to us as founding members of OnPassive. And when you start to think about the numbers, and 100 million people coming in, customers coming in, and they pay monthly, by the way. These individuals are already using similar tools throughout the internet right now, but because the tools of OnPassive will be superior at a lower price point, they will flock into OnPassive. And because they're paying a monthly fee for those tools, whether it's an automated marketing platform, whether it's an educational platform, whether it's HR, human resources platform, and many, many other products of OnPassive, that makes our income a residual income. And because the structure of OnPassive and the way Ash is giving our customers total value, they will come in and they will be here for a very, very long time. And that bodes well for us because our income becomes a residual. And when you can start to develop a residual income, now you have the opportunity to develop wealth. So hopefully that gives you a little insight as to what's coming. Again, we can't make guarantees here because it's real life and because the regulators won't let us do it. What we will guarantee is you will succeed, period. We don't put a term or a limit on that. There are no limits in OnPassive, but I can tell you as you explore more about OnPassive, you won't be disappointed. Anybody else?
Yes, I can add to that, Mike. Thanks. I think you nailed it. But yes, I just want to add to it pretty much what you said, that you will guarantee you will succeed. Here's the deal, okay? Most of us have been in business for a while, or everybody here. Myself personally, I remember our big guy, Warren Buffett, he said once that if he wants to invest with somebody, if he wants to do a business with someone, that person should have failed at least twice, because then they will know what to do better, right? So we have failed many times. So when we say this, we see this opportunity as the best ever that has been on this planet Earth, right? Number one, you paid $97, maybe 102 if you use credit card, to become a founder. Now you don't spend any money anymore until we launch, and you are using the products if you want to, but you see others using it. And then you come out of pocket one last time for around $250. So bottom line is your expense is minimal. I have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and I didn't see anything. Now this is $350 or thereabout that you're about to risk, right? And what we can guarantee you is that you're gonna make way more than that, okay? That's all we can tell you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Charles. Cherie, do you have any other question? Does that answer, your question that you stated?
Yes, it certainly did. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you being here. Before I bring on another guest, I do have 2 questions in the chat that I like to read it out. I'll do the shorter one first, and then I'll read the longer one in a little bit. This is from Chijindu Daniel. Please, I have a question that has been bothering me. Oh, not that one. I wanted to start. I actually want to start a smaller one first. Toyin. Good day, everyone. My name is Toyin from Nigeria. My question is, can I register for this business even if I don't have $97? My dear friend, you need to have a $97 to be able to register for this business. I encourage you, do whatever it takes to be able to do that. If you have an item in your home that you might not need, and an item that doesn't make a difference in your life, you may want to sell it and do whatever it takes to put the $97 to be able to pay for this OnPassive founder position. It will change your life forever. That is a short answer I have. Anyone else like to add to that? All right. Let's move on to the longer question. And this is the questions that is, I believe it's a very important questions that I wanted to read it out. Hopefully our panelists can be able to clarify things here. This question is from Ebenezer Brown. I have been invited by a friend, and my question is, how do I sign up for this investment opportunity? And am I going to be a shareholder like preference or originally shareholder? And is there a specific share that I will be entitled to, or it doesn't work that way? So I like to have our panelists to please address these questions. And I believe this is a very important questions we want to address. Who would like to start?
I'll take it. Okay.
Charles.
So I believe that question is from Ebenezer, right? Okay. So Mr. Ebenezer, this is a great opportunity, but it's not an investment opportunity, okay? We don't call it investment. We are subscription based, and that's a good thing. And here's why. If Mofara, our CEO, had gone to try to raise money publicly to make this, open it up for shares, right? I don't think you and I will be here today talking, because we have very, very wealthy people out there who can just buy pretty much all the shares, and you and I will have no chance, okay? So Mr. Mofara has decided to help everybody who can afford $97, who can go out and look for $97. And that brings me to that previous question. If you don't have $97, well, guess what? 8 billion people are gonna be founders? No. This is just what we call in America skin in the game. This money is almost insignificant to start any business. It's just for you to have skin in the game, okay? Now, we are subscription based. If you listen to my presentation, I said that I pay Google every month. I also pay Zoom every month, right? I pay Zoom every month. I used to teach classes, so I was paying $200 every month, every month to Zoom. Okay, this platform that we're on today, OnPassive is paying a lot of money for this every month. So that's subscription. We are subscribing to Zoom. I'm subscribing to Google. So OnPassive is gonna operate the same way. That money that we pay when we launch, all it does is our first month's subscription. And OnPassive is gonna use that money to build our business for us. Open the website for us, put all the products that I just mentioned on that website. You are sleeping, okay? They build that website, put those products on that website, drive traffic to that website, targeted traffic, meaning people that are looking for those products, people like myself, right? And these people come to your website, they love it, they decide to become customers. Guess what? You get paid. And then they become customers. OnPassive follows up, customer support. You are still relaxing and you are getting paid, okay? Now, from the money that you get paid, OnPassive is gonna deduct that subscription money every month to pay for you to have access to that subscription every month. And then the balance you can take home every month, okay? So you don't have any shares. That means when there's a problem with the company, if at all there is any lawsuit, you are not liable. Mr. Mofara and his family are gonna take all the heat, but they have decided to share their profits with all of us, okay? That's what's up. Unless, I don't know if anybody wants to add something to that.
Thank you, Charles. Anyone else would like to add more to what Charles has said? All right, we are good. I'm sending the mic back to you, Larry, if you like to call on to another guest or answer questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julie, and to our leaders. If you are promoted to panelist and you put on your video, it's an advantage to be called immediately. Nurul Islam, are you there? Nurul Islam? Nurul Islam, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Please
Yes,
go
good
ahead.
evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
We
Go
can
ahead.
hear you.
Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I have one question about pay structure. During main launch. Hello?
We're listening.
Nurul Islam. Nurul Islam, 1 minute, please, Nurul. Are you a founder, Nurul?
Yeah, I hear.
Okay. Nurul,
Okay,
please
just-
remember.
Yeah.
We said let's respect our guests. You as a founder, come on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern for founders only webinar. Our guests,
Okay,
let's
okay.
respect them and give them the time. Thank you, Nurul. We see you on Monday.
Okay, no issue, no issue. I will connect
Thank you
at
very
Monday.
much. Thank you very much, Lou. Davidas Ivari. Davidas, are you there? I love you, Tarani. That's a nice one.
Hello,
Tarani.
hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Please go ahead, Tarani.
There is one question of mine. There has been no marginal updation or development for last 4 months. Also, there has been no any launching of products. So, how long one has to wait or keep?
Okay, here comes another founder.
Tarani, founders meeting is on Monday. We have a lot of guests here that we would like to attend to. Please, let's respect the guests and give them the time, please. Founders, let's meet on Monday for founders only meeting, webinar, Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Larry, if I may address this really quick on the chat, Mr. Ebenezer Brown, you are interested to sign up, please get back with the person who invited you here and get the personal invitation link from that person, and please sign on. Thank you, Larry, for letting me cut in really quick.
Thank you, Julie. Once again, dear founders, we have taken time to invite guests to this webinar. Let's respect them and give them the honor. This is their time, the Q&A time. Please, if you're a founder with your hand raised, please lower it and let's meet on Monday. Okay. Julie, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I see Davidas Javier. If you could unmute your mic and ask your question. And if you are a founder, we will immediately mute you. So if you could please unmute your mic and ask your question. Going once, going twice. All right, we're moving on. We'll give you one more chance after the next guest is asking question. Ravinda Kumar, you are on the panel now. If you would please ask your question, unmute your mic or turn on your camera. Ravinda Kumar. Going once. Going twice. All right, well, moving on. Let me see. There is a question on the chat that was talking about after hard launch, what if they don't have the $250? I know that we've talked a little bit about this, but I believe it's more of a founder question. But since that brought up, would one of the panelists please address that really quick? I see Mike. Would you like to?
I can address that very, very quickly. As we go into hard launch, all the founding members have to come in and pay the $250. So there are no exceptions. Now, there will be a grace period. Ash is going to give you a little time if you don't have the money right then to raise the money and pay the $250, give or take. We think it's going to be right in there. But each and every one of us has to pay that $250, okay? Now, my suggestion, and Marty has the same suggestion, make this your grace period. You know what's coming. You know you need the $250. Start to accumulate that money now so that as OnPassive goes into the hard launch, you're ready to run with it. So that's the way it's going to work.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. Now, I see Shiran. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say this, but Shariyan Derry, if you would please unmute your mic. I see you turned your camera on earlier. If you are still there, please ask your question. It seems very quiet here today, but I'm glad we are all here and supporting our guests and answering questions. I'm bringing more guests onto the panel. Cherie, you are back.
Okay. Julie, I have only 2 hands raised that I'm bringing in, so we don't have much. So you can
No, I'm
call
sorry, I
Sherry
don't have a
Perry.
question. I don't have a question, I'm
You
sorry.
don't have a question, Sherry. All right, thank you. Let me see. Let me see if there's any chat. I don't think we have any other question unless Mr.
There's
Shuyan.
a question in the chat, Julie.
Yes, I'm going through it right now, Mike. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. From Mr. Ebenezer again. What are the requirements to become a founder? Is it possible or is it too late? Who would like to?
I think another founder responded to that. Yes, it's just to pay $97. That's all, and then be ready to pay to activate your account when we launch, right? So, and that's what, maybe months away for us to have the hard launch. So just pay your $97 now, become a founder, and then when we launch, you will be asked to activate your account. That's it.
Thank you, Charles. There is a question, actually a founder question, Suranda. If you want to come back on Monday, we will address your question. Thank you. All right, Mr. Shuriyan, are you still there with us? This is your last chance to ask your questions. If you're not, we're moving you back to the attendee. Going once, going twice. All right, you will have to raise your hand again if you have another question. Up next.
Hello, Julie.
Yes, Lauren, please go right ahead.
I don't know if anybody can help me. I've been trying to promote Adams Oguma and Dashita Chama. I don't know, they're not coming on. I've done it repeatedly.
Larry, I actually tried that as well, and I don't believe that they're there, so I'm lowering their hands. I know both you and I tried to do that. Adam is joining us, I think. He start coming on, but we'll see if he show up. Thank you, Larry. I see Ram Chandra. If you would please turn on your camera or mute your mic to ask your question. David Matuso, you are up next, so please be prepared. Ramchandra, please go ahead and unmute your mic and ask your question.
Namaste, ma'am.
Yes, we can hear you.
Ma'am, I want to a question from all of the Indians.
Anyone understood what he's saying?
No, but it sounds to me like he says he wants to salute his fellow Indians. I don't know if that's true.
Hello, sir. Do you have a question for us?
Are you a founder, Ramchandra? You sound like a founder. Are you a founder? This is breaking up very bad. Are you a founder?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, can you come back on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern? I don't know what time that will be in India or wherever you are, but come back on Monday, okay?
Charles, sir, it is not right that he make a video of 2 minutes and say all the.
All right, David, are you there with us? If you would unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben. My question is all about. I'm new from Kenya. I'm Norman. My question is all about security. Is our account, will our account with OnPassive be secure? Although you know this hacking thing, blah. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
David, our accounts will be so secured, AI secured, more than anything else that you've ever known, okay? So rest assured, we will be secured.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Do you have any other question, David?
Yeah, he just provided us with a snippet of some music, but we appreciate it, David.
Larry, back to you, my friend. Let me take a look at the chat, but please go ahead and
Okay,
and
all
call
right.
it one.
Thank you, Julie. Sanjeev Sirohi, are you there? Sanjeev? Sanjeev, please unmute yourself, and if you can show your video, that will be okay.
All right, let's
Hello?
Okay, Sanjeev, is that? Go ahead, Sanjeev.
Yes,
Sanjeev, are you a founder, please, or a guest?
Yes, sir, I am founder.
You're a founder. Oh, fantastic. Nice to have you here today. Please, can you come back tomorrow? Sorry, on Monday. Come back on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and it will be all yours. All the leadership will be waiting for you, okay? Thank you, sir.
I do see we have a question on the chat, so give me 1 second. Let me get back to the chat right now. There is a question from Chichundi Daniel. If I didn't refer anybody at all, will you still benefit from the platform?
Yes. Like I said in the presentation, you can be passive, which is what the name implies, OnPassive, right? Or you can be active. Now, whether you're passive or active, you will benefit greatly. You will have financial freedom as a passive founder. What does that mean? When we launch, when we finally go public, the AI traffic is going to go to work for all of us, bringing in customers and or resellers. I just said earlier, they're going to build a website for each and every one of us. They're going to promote that website, bringing customers, bringing resellers on your behalf. Okay? There is no business in this world that can function without customers. And that is why OnPassive is unique, because MLM businesses, we are not an MLM. I just want to make sure you guys understand that. MLM businesses, you must recruit or sell because they need those customers. They depend on you. The difference between OnPassive and those ones, they don't depend on you. They depend on artificial intelligence, okay? Artificial intelligence is gonna go out and recruit on our behalf, right? And bring them to us and position them under us through our websites, and then we make commission. Now, does that mean you cannot sell yourself, you cannot recruit? No. Let's just take some number. Say AI goes out when we launch and brings 10 customers to everybody upon launch. And that process takes, let's say, 2 months to do that. Well, within those 2 months, I can bring my own too if I want to, right? I can get whatever I want to get, 10, 15, 20 within 2 months and add to what OnPassive has done. And they're going to come back again and give us more customers. So those people, some of us, we are inviting you guys, if you're a guest, someone must have invited you. Why? Number one, they love you. They care about you because they know with or without anyone, you will make sufficient money. Number two, Zig Ziglar says, you help enough people get what they want, you eventually get what you want, right? So the more people you help, the faster you're going to reach your goals because you are not 100% dependent on AI. Some of us are going to depend on AI 100%. That's great. You will still make it. Some others are going to use AI plus whatever they can do to get there faster. So yes, everybody will succeed.
Thank you, Charles. I do have another question from the chat. This product is you in the computer or is it on mobile application? The products of OnPassive, I'm assuming. I can answer that. It is on computer. Is it on internet only? Right now, there's no application.
Okay, so let me add to that. Thanks, Julie. So we don't have anything that's out yet. Nothing is out yet. They're still being worked on. But obviously, when we are fully launched, we will have some products on both computer and the app, okay? Some of them will also be on the app, just so you know. But nothing is out just yet. We are still in pre-launch, okay?
Thank you, Charles. Another question. Facebook, Google, Amazon all have very much staff to manage the things. How OnPassive will manage all things? Mike?
Yeah, when you look at OnPassive and you look at the tools, the products of OnPassive, each product of OnPassive, or the majority of them, they are a standalone business by themselves. In other words, we can launch with one product and do very, very well. And each product of OnPassive has its own department, its own separate little department with a group of individuals that manage that product. So when you talk about managing the products of OnPassive, Ash Mufara has set up a department for each product and a team to manage that product. That's not an issue. It's already done, and there won't be a problem whatsoever.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay.
Larry, do you see anything that you want to bring, or should I just keep going on the chat?
Please keep going, Julie. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. How many founders position can I have? I could answer that. I think it's an easy question. You can have as many as you would like, as many as you could afford. And when you join in as many positions as you can either put in your name or your kid's name, your anyone's name, but it's best if you are the person who paying for these positions, it's be best to be in your name. Also, one thing that you need to remember when you sign in new founder position, you need a brand new email for each of those positions. Anyone like to add on that, or I'm good to go? All right.
I think you did well. Let's just move on.
Thank you. Another question from Chidi. Founder of what, please? I am Chidi. I am new. Mr. Chidi or Mrs. Chidi, if you would send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com, and we will send this recording to you, and you get to listen to it from the beginning. The best thing to do is get back with the person who invited you here. But any panelists today, do you want to do just a very 2-minute short so that we can give this particular guest a little understanding for now so that he or she can search out for more information? A short one?
I was multitasking. What did you say, Julie?
Just a very short one. A founder of what?
Oh, you mean we're founder of this company. So we're founding members. So we're helping found OnPassive. That's what it is, the company. So the CEO has extended that privilege to us to help him found this company. And how do we help him? We'll help him by giving ideas. If we have any ideas, we participate in product demonstrations, which is this is unique. Just that alone to me, because it's worth thousands of dollars, we have the chance to pre-build, right, ahead of the others who are going to come later, if we want to, right? So we are helping him found the company, and then he's going to have other perks for those of us. And this is just by virtue of what? Timing and positioning. We just happen to be at the right place and at the right time. That's all.
Thank you, Charles. Another short question is, how much can you make in a year without a team?
Well, you'll make more than enough. As a matter of fact, I said to answer that earlier, you're going to spend at most $350 to become a founder. You're going to make way more than that, okay? And that's enough for anybody who's in business. Just get it. It's kind of like this. I decide I'm going to open a restaurant for you guys, maybe 10 of you or all of you, okay? And I do that. And I know this restaurant is very good. The food tastes great. People are going to love it. I'm going to position them, send customers there. And now you come back and ask me, how much am I going to make in 1 year in that restaurant, okay? It's hard to say. We don't know. We just know that we have the best products on earth, okay? And we know that we're not paying much for it. Someone else is paying. Yet they're going to pay us when the customers come. That's good enough. Now, when you become a founder, there's a lot more proprietary information you're going to get, right? That will render you sleepless. For example, Anybody who becomes a founder before 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday, you can participate in our founders only webinar, and you get a lot more information. And I can guarantee you, be ready to have sleepless nights, okay?
Thank you, Charles. Larry, do you see anything out there? Any hands raised? I don't see them anymore.
Not at all. I think our leaders have done perfectly well today.
Absolutely.
And we can take a break if we agree.
Yes, absolutely. So let me wrap this meeting up, everyone, guests, founders. This OnPassive is a gift. It is a blessing for Mr. Ashmore and his family, and it is a gift that keep on giving. I'd like to share with you just a little bit. My name is Julie. I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids. I've been in business for 20 years. Never, ever had a chance, never had a website because I don't know how to do it. I pay people how to do it. I pay years and years for people to do it, but I still don't have a website because I don't know what to do. So when I have a dream of someone out there could just do something for me, give me something that can automatically done for me and don't cost me an arm and a leg. And I finally found it. And not only that I found it, OnPassive found me through my dear friend, Milo. He gave me that opportunity for me to be here. And within over 2 years that I have been in OnPassive, try to learn it. It was so much to learn. But finally, the end of 2020, yes, December 2020 is when I get to understand a little bit about OnPassive, and I am unstoppable. I do hope that you listen to this point and you will get back to the person who share OnPassive with you. Ask him or her, what is this OnPassive? Why this woman? Literally, I'm in tears right now sharing that with you. It's because how much I feel it is affecting me in a good way. I pay $0, but yet I came back when I understand OnPassive because OnPassive came to me as a gift. However, I came back and I pay for a position for my family because I know this is a gift. This is a blessing. If you are listening to this and if what I share and a lot of the founders share with you, if it makes your head think a little bit or your heart move a little bit, get back with the person who shared this with you. I guarantee you the decision that you make to become a OnPassive founder, you will never regret. It will change your life forever. And I'm telling you, what we all receive right now is much more than the $97. I'm going to share this quote with you by my dear friend Milo. This is a $97 expenditure, but this will become a multi-million-dollar business. It is take you to take that action to be part of this OnPassive. So thank you so much for coming on. If that's okay with all the leaders here on the panel, I'd like to conclude this and let's close this out. I don't see any more questions, any more hand raised. Are we good, everyone?
Yes, I just want to let our founders and guests know that if you become a founder today or before Tuesday, you don't have to be a hero. You don't have to try to explain because you're still new. We have another one of these on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So we'll have 2 guest webinars a week. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. So have a great weekend. And I will see you founders on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, okay? With all your questions. We're going to take all of them, no exception. Okay? All right.
And if you like the recording for this webinar, please send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com and you will be receiving that recording today. Thank you so much, everyone. Please go out there and stay well, stay healthy. Good night, good day.
Good morning.
Bye. Bye-bye.